Flash Anime here with my third and final part for the summer, I guess, impressions. First impressions for the summer. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. And this is gonna be a kind of a big batch because yeah, if I didn't really think them through, I could have probably done another video, but I figured might as well just finish this up because we're getting on episodes 2 of most of the shows now. And starting off with Watamoe, or Watamo, sorry. It's this show is pretty freaking hilarious. First episode just had me laughing with the main girl. She's kind of like thinks she's this popular girl, but she's not really. That's the name of this series. And with her, she kind of does a lot of internal monologues where she's talking about other things she wishes would happen to certain people at school, because she goes to high school and like thinks that it's gonna be awesome going to high school and she's gonna make all these friends and everything, but in reality she sucks at all that. She's really struggling making friends or even talking to people. So with that, it was pretty funny listening to her. It's like I said, have her internal thoughts of things she wants to happen to certain people. And yeah, so with her, I guess with Tomoko, she's got all these strange expressions she does, and they're just making me laugh so hard. And it's like kind of I guess what the series can be mostly about is just her making all these ridiculous faces while just going through everyday school life, trying to make friends and learn to adapt to this new lifestyle. It's kind of funny watching her. And that's probably it for Watamoe. I mean, it's fun. I like it. Very funny. If you need something that to make you laugh, this is the series to go for. And if you don't laugh from that series, I don't know what's wrong with you then. That's all I have to say. And I've only read a couple of chapters of the manga, and yeah, it's interesting. Not bad. And next up with Monogatari, or Bakemono Season 2, if you want to go correct terms. And I've seen the first 2 episodes, and most of it, the first 2 so far have been lots of Shinjagahara fan service, which, she did that in Bakemono Season 1, whatever, with her, going to her room, changing in front of Aragi, and all that. But this is kind of her hanging out with Tsubasa, I guess. They're kind of hanging out together, which is weird, because you would think they wouldn't really get along, but I do remember they were friends before, so. And with her, I guess it's more of the black cat story. Yeah, they're going with that again. And they kind of I've already seen like the 4-part OVAs with her little backstory and all that, and it was kind of cool. But it's like I kind of want something new, but it's fine. But the other thing is Aragi-kun's not really around, and I guess he might come back a little bit later. But like I said, the first 2 episodes are just Shinjagahara hanging out with Tsubasa, and they're kind of just hanging out together. They even have a little fan service in the first 2 episodes with they kind of describe them taking showers together. And episode 2 was hilarious because they showered once and they're like, oh, we showered again for 30 more minutes together, fooling around. Kind of hinting towards, oh, there might be some girl relationships forming, but she just wants to know. I think Shinjagahara just wants to get behind I guess Tsubasa, if she really does love Aragi, and she just wants to figure out why she likes him, or that kind of thing. So it was kind of cool seeing that. And yeah, so Monogatari is just more of a dialogue heavy show. So if you kind of like dialogue, you don't like reading too much, this show is kind of like if you miss one thing while they're talking because you're distracted by artwork or something, you might miss like an important key of dialogue. But yeah, if you don't really like talking and reading a lot, this is gonna be a show that's gonna be kind of tough for most, but it's not really hard. I mean, I think most of us are used to reading subtitles really fast. And next would be Kamisama something, or the Sunday Without God, which is a kind of a cool concept. Basically, heaven and hell are full, and people on Earth or on regular Earth they're kind of already dead basically. So I guess everyone's immortal, and the only way to actually die is to have someone called a gravekeeper basically bury you. That's how you basically move on. And I've seen the first 2 episodes of this, and I have to say, I don't know, I'm not that impressed. The main girl, she's kind of boring. I don't really like her. And I've been calling this a shovel lolly, basically is what this is. And she kind of looks like Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura, just a little bit. And I don't know, that's fine with her. And like I said, the idea, the concept is really cool. And I don't know, just the characters in general are not that interesting to me. I don't really have any connection to any of these characters. I mean, you have like the main silver-haired dude who's he's just, I don't know, I think he's a carbon copy of the Accelerator from Index. Basically, he's evil, but at the same time, he's not evil. It's very weird. I don't know what's going on with that. And I think I'm gonna give this one more episode to, to wow me, basically. If it doesn't, I'm probably gonna drop it, because I didn't see anything worthwhile in that show, honestly. So, yeah. Next up would be Fate, Kaleid, Blinder, Prism, Illya, which is basically Illya from Fate Zero, the little girl, and they make her basically a magical girl. And this, I mean, it's typical magical girl stuff here. You got the, the normal girl who suddenly gains all this power and she has to save the world type thing. But with this, it's more of a slapstick comedy, I can see, because I've seen the first episode, and yeah, it's like I said, more slapstick. We had like these staffs that follow the girls around with Rin. She's in there from Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, and all those shows. And the staffs, for me, were cracking jokes the entire time, making fun of their masters. And there's a point where the two girls are fighting, Rin's fighting this other girl, and their staffs just kind of like up and leave. They're like, we're kind of bored with you because you guys argue too much. And so they leave to find recruit new girls. And basically we see with Illya, she's kind of in a bath, and the brother, the redhead from Fate Zero, or Fate Stay Night, sorry, I guess they're living together. And something happens where he walks in, of course, typical anime thing, walks in on her in the bath, and kind of slips and all this weird bathroom stuff, the usual things you're used to. So he passes out, and the magical staff kind of tricks Illya to becoming the master and makes her a magical girl. So yeah, it was pretty funny. I have to admit, I did laugh. And some of the best parts, again, the staffs, and we had Rin, and she was at the end kind of like just beating the hell out of the staff and just making fun of it. So I like that. And for that, I mean, if you're a fan of Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, or Carnival Phantasm, you might like this one, but I know the magical girl themes are kind of keeping people from watching it. And most people just don't like Illya as a character, personally. I mean, I think she's alright, but I'd rather watch Rin, to be honest with you. And next would be Genei wo Kakeru taiyou, or a Daybreak Illusion, which kind of an odd name for a show, and just like Prism Illya, this show Genei is a magical girl show again, but it quickly gets the comparison to Madoka Magica because there are some dark themes going on. I've seen the first 2 episodes of this series, and yeah, it's like I said, there's a little dark themes here and there, and the characters are very stylized. They kind of look, I don't know, like a mixture of a chibi character design with something else. So I mean, I like that designs. That's what caught my eye the first time when I seen this. Trailer wise, like, wow, the character designs. And then the world they live in, they kind of do the same thing with Madoka Magica or Black Rock Shooter or You Make It Merry, where the world shifts. When they're in a magical world, everything's like, a freaky looking, almost like Soul Eater. They have that kind of style to them, to the magical world. And this revolves around tarot cards, which, from what I understand, there's 22 suit cards for that, or 22 versions. And each girl in the series is a card, basically. So you have the main girl. She's basically the sun card, so she has a power of fire, I guess. You have someone who uses ice, moon plant, maybe, I guess. And someone that uses that, I assume, was like money or something like that, riches. She uses that to make shields and stuff. But yeah, like I said, this is magical girl stuff, but with also dark themes. And the last thing I mentioned for that is like the opening. It's by Lisa. You might know her from Angel Beats, Sword Art Online, and Fate Zero. She did a bunch of openings for them. And yeah, the opening, it has a lot of cool like action scenes. So I'm hoping this would be more of a action series slash dark show. But the only dark things are like when the girls basically purify someone, they basically kill them, and when they die, everyone that knew them, anything that revolves around them is basically erased, and the person doesn't remember them anymore. So yeah, so if you killed someone, like the main girl, if she had a brother, killed him, no one would know she had a brother, and so on and so on. But I think the magical girls, they keep the memories of the person they killed. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, I like that. And next up, another magical girl show would be Fantasista doll, which is, this is more like, I don't even think I could classify it as magical girl, because the main girl uses cards to summon these other girls that fight for her. So in a way, maybe it's more Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, something like that. And yeah, I did not know this also. It's created by the same guy who created Code Geass. So it's kind of weird seeing, you know, that mixture with a Code Geass writer doing a magical girl type show. Which, you know, it's fine with me. I don't mind it. These shows don't really bother me at all. And another side note would be all the music, even the opening, is done by the composer for Fairy Tail. He does that, he does Precure, he does Naruto, and a bunch of other stuff, so I really like that kind of music, so I like his stuff. And I'm thinking this might be more of a fan service magical girl show, because the first time you see when she summons these girls, they're wearing like these transparent white outfits that, you know, you don't really see what's under the clothes, but you can tell. The Blu-ray version would probably have them, you know, showing a little bit more skin than normal. Which is, it's fine. I mean, most of the girls she summoned do look a little older. I know she has a purple girl that she summons that looks more like a, you know, 25-year-old woman or something like that. So, and of course you have from ranges from like that so old to like really young little kid version, which you know, it's fine. I mean, they are, I think, appealing to a certain audience, but whatever. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's really magical girl, but I do like the 4 summon girls she can summon. That's kind of neat. She can do that all at once, and they fight for her. But in episode 2, they have kind of a like internal conflict with one of the girls not liking their new master because she doesn't listen very well. She doesn't do what they say, and they kind of butt heads. But in the end, they kind of come together and, you know, help each other. But with Fantasista doll, I think it's gonna be, it might have some dark themes, because the girls basically don't remember their past, and I'm thinking maybe they're doing a soul thing here where the girls' souls are trapped in these cards, and it's up to the main hero girl to, you know, release these girls' souls and stuff like that. And during some episodes, she does fight other people like her that summon cards, and she fights them as well. So, but yeah, that's an interesting show for me. I like that one. Next would be Uchouten Kazoku, I think. I don't know how to pronounce his names. Sorry if I butchered them. And for this, it's PA Works. You know, they do fairly decent shows. Last season they were doing Red Data Girl. I did not like that at all. I was bored with that series. But I'm hoping they don't fail me this time and actually do something interesting. Even though I know people loved Red Data Girl, I did not like it at all. And with this, it's got strange artwork. It's very, almost looks like a movie to me. It feels like it would be a movie instead of a episodic series. And with this, it's more a supernatural. You have like all like spirits that live with these humans. So in a way, it's almost Gintama-like, where you have, you know, these demons living with the humans, but I don't think the humans realize that there are demons living with them. I think, but they might. I don't know. I was kind of confused with the first couple episodes I watched. And the main character, he's kind of a goofball, I think. They even showed him like he was basically, he can transform himself into objects and stuff like that. And the entire first episode, he's transformed into a girl. So he's walking around in this like schoolgirl uniform, which made me laugh. And it's just, yeah, there's a little bit of cross-dressing for episode 1. I have not seen episode 2 yet, but I'll get to that eventually. So, yeah, that's been that series. Next one is Neptunia, the animation, which is based off a video game. I guess it's like an RPG type video game. So, with that series, it kind of recently came out a couple days ago. It's got the same character designer that worked on Day Alive. So if you look like those character designs, you're like, this one. Ugh. I had a hard time through these episodes. But anyway, and each main character basically has two different personalities that kind of swap when they transform. So the main girl has, you know, in her normal form, she's all hyper and energetic and in your face, kind of like, you know, clingy character. But when she transforms, she's more of a fighter, more, you know, determined and all that kind of stuff. She's not as goofy or wacky as her other form. And that's kind of interesting because I think it gives the actors a chance to do, you know, basically do two different voices for two different characters. So technically they're voicing two roles. You know, you might have a goofy role and then a serious role in one character, which is kind of interesting to me. And for that, other than that, I like the transformations when they actually transform. It's kind of more techno looking. And you could almost classify this as another Magic World series. I do anyway. And finally, the last show, Gatchaman, which is very colorful, bright, and very unique for the artwork style. It did remind me of an old show called Suri Tamina, which is about guys fishing, but that one is the same thing. It's very colorful and bright. They use a lot of like visual aids to help you keep you interested and keep you focused on things. And again, we have Tiger and Bunny CGI suits from that series, which they did a really good job on in that series, so I kind of like what they're doing with the CGI. So I can get behind that. It's not bad at all. My only tiny complaint was Hajime, the main. I think technically she's the main girl. She's cute and fun, but she's like hyper, but to the max. The entire time she's always talking, like doing all kinds of random things. She's super excited and doesn't really take any time to take a break from doing something stupid and crazy. So I'm gonna give it a few more episodes to see if I like it. But since I'm a big Tiger and Bunny fan, I'll probably end up watching this, regardless of the main girl being a little too happy, a little too excited. I mean, I like my hyper characters as much as anyone else, but this is kind of, you know, a little much for me. But I can get behind it if she kind of tones it down a little bit in the next couple episodes. But we'll see. And that's been my, you know, final part for this first impressions. I also was going to ask at the very end of this, you know, what series do you guys want to see me, I guess, kind of tackle or take on for this season besides Railgun and doing Silver Spin with one of my friends. So, oh yeah, last thing, if you're, you know, ever curious about what else I do instead of just video reviews, I am a writer for an anime blog called Metanorm, and this season I'm taking on Daybreak Illusion, Fantasista Doll, and that's pretty much it besides Railgun from the last season. So those three are like my main shows, and then Silver Spoon I do with my friend J-Ro. He's basically a podcast guy for our blog, and I do that with him on the side. So, you know, of course, like I said, if there's anything you think that would suit my, you know, kind of blogging or video style, then, you know, let me know. But yeah, that's been the final first impressions for summer. See you guys later.